Hey everyone, it's October 9th, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share with serial killer Thomas Edward Maupin, who murdered at least 3 women and girls in 1988 and 2001, and that is him right over there. Maupin was born in Louisiana in 1949 and was raised in Ohio and found trouble from a young age, racking up arrests not just for theft and robbery, but also sexual assault and child molestation. Tough to keep locked up, he escaped from custody on multiple occasions and had nationwide APBs out when he moved to Spokane, Washington in the 1980s. At some point he got married, but I've been unable to find out much of anything about his wife. In 1987, an arrest warrant was issued after he was accused of fondling a 15-year-old girl, but he wasn't picked up until after the disappearance of a 6-year-old in early 1988. He was spotted camping near Minnehaha Rock climbing area when a young girl went missing from her home following a party at which the girl's mother and Maupin were both attendees. The police interviewed him on 3 occasions while trying to build a case, after which he fled to Idaho to avoid any further scrutiny. After 6 months on the run, he was picked up and was tried in 1990 for abducting and killing the girl, being convicted of murder and sentenced to 40 years in prison. It was overturned on appeal, and he was tried and convicted again in 1992, receiving a 40-year sentence once more. One key piece of evidence was the testimony of the girl's 4-year-old brother, but in 1988, the boy changed his story and Maupin's conviction was overturned. After proclaiming his innocence, he pleaded guilty to a lesser charge and was let out of prison with credit for time served and moved to Louisiana to be with his wife. He was soon living in Memphis, Tennessee, where he would often spend his time with prostitutes. In August of 2001, Maupin raped a woman who he saw walking alongside a railroad track, leaving behind the false teeth he was given while in prison back in Washington. They were stashed in the rape kit that was gathered and just left in an evidence locker since there was a backlog on testing those kits. A few months later, 2 prostitutes turned up dead, having been strangled, stabbed, and violated with a metal object a few days apart. Maupin was considered a suspect, but not enough evidence was available, and prosecutors were reluctant to move forward based on what had happened in his previous case. 12 years later, the mayor of Memphis, who'd been elected in 2009, announced a new program to try to get through the backlog of untested rape kits after being shamed into it by local media coverage. In 2017, a full 16 years after the attack, the rape kit with his dentures was finally tested, and Maupin was picked up. It shouldn't have even taken testing the kit for DNA evidence, though, since his name could be seen engraved on the false teeth. He pleaded guilty to sexual assault and was sentenced to 8 years in prison, and a new group of detectives started to investigate the 2 murders. Finally, in 2021, Maupin was formally charged with the crimes and pleaded guilty to manslaughter, accepting a 12-year sentence behind bars. But with credit for time served and good behavior, he is now eligible for parole, and I wouldn't be surprised if the system fails his victims yet again. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Thomas Edward Maupin, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.